is currently 9:39. I'm about to do a Whole Foods run. I want to make some squid ink pasta later with mushrooms. Because I made it once before and it's actually really good. And I'll show you guys how to make it. It's really simple. It's just like garlic, mushrooms, a couple other things, squid ink pasta. Delicious. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab coffee. I might put my hair up today. I never put my hair up, but I feel like it looks kind of nice right now. So I might try that. Mia, my cat, is trying to destroy the camera. Bro, I just set this up, man. I just set this up. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Hello. Okay. So yeah, Whole Foods, coffee. I might film some of the walk and shit, because I like to do a morning walk for a bit, and then I'll come back. I'll eat breakfast, read, but yeah, start working. This is ridiculous. Mia, leave the tripod alone, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, wow, this is heavy bread. I'm not gonna put it in the toast yet. I'm just gonna leave it here. I always drink a glass of water in the morning before I do anything. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go, and then I'll come back, and I'll film some of the walk and stuff, but I'm not gonna talk outside because I'm not used to that yet. So yeah. All right. So this is the fit today. I changed it a little bit. I added a necklace, little raincoat. I don't know. I feel like it's chill. The hair up is interesting. I feel like it looks the same, but without the sides. I always feel like I look like George Washington or something when I do this hair, but we're gonna roll with it. So yeah, also we'll do some tattooing later because I was practicing that, but let's go to Whole Foods. Running away. I just wanted to drop this off. Thank you.
You get it, it's fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I need to get more used to this. First of all, I just took a photo of myself. Second of all, before I film, I'd be looking around doing like a 360. I'm like, yo, is anyone there? I almost just knocked someone over because I was filming like a B-roll thing in this cool building. And then I almost bumped into her. So, yeah, we're done at Whole Foods. I got all the groceries in my backpack. And I'm about to go to the coffee shop, which is right here. I'll show you guys. It's just La Colombe. Maybe I'll film in there. The people are mad nice. I'm like friends with a lot of them. Good the coffee. They'd be mad nice. They'd be giving it to me for free and shit. It's cool. Alright. Okay. We're back. Groceries, coffee. Coffee was free. They're mad nice there. I mean, I already said it, but just to reiterate. First of all, filming is actually really good because I realize while I'm outside, like, I don't really think I do, but I guess I do have a lot of social anxiety with certain things. And me, like, walking past people holding the phone, even aimed at the ground, feels awkward. But I feel like it's a really good practice to just try to do this every day or something and get used to just not caring. Because there's no reason to. Like, a lot of these, I mean, I see some of these people every day, but it's like, first of all, who cares? And second of all, a lot of them I don't see, so it doesn't matter. We got, I feel like, I mean, it's not controversial, but I got pork chops for dinner tonight, maybe. I got ground beef for bolognese, that's Roma tomatoes, 2 onion, yellow onion. I got a salad, because, I mean, I'm gonna be lazy and I got a pre-made one. Baby Bella mushrooms for the squidding pasta tonight, gonna be mad good. Regular pasta for tomorrow. I got Malfang green tea and 2 ginger lemons. These tea pigs are actually really good. Then we got asparagus, and I treated myself. I don't usually do this because I'm trying to stay away from sugar, but I'm gonna eat this right now. I got a delicious blueberry muffin. It doesn't look that good, but these shits are mad good. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna make 1 piece of toast because I'm not eating a muffin, 2 pieces of toast, a banana, and a smoothie. So this toast is less bready, so I'll eat that one. Put this one back. So yeah, this is how like an average morning goes. I don't go shopping every morning. This is enough for 2 days. So I'm chilling tomorrow. I also got these Remedy organic smoothies. These are really good. They have a decent amount of protein and they're like all natural. Some of them have lion's mane mushroom in them, which is good for your brain and shit. This one's not my favorite, the chocolate. This blueberry is good, or blue essentials, I don't know. But it only has 8 grams of protein. And they have a strawberry one that had like 16 grams of protein. Now it has 20, which I honestly don't think it tastes as good, but I need the protein because I'm in the gym a lot now. I'm also gonna film that, I'm kinda yapping. But I go to the gym every other day now because I'm trying to get like, I'm not trying to look different because I don't, like, I want to get my chest a little bigger, look-wise, that's the only thing I care about. But I just want to go to the gym to feel healthier. So I've been going for like 6 months now, every other day, or like 5 months every other day. Well, I've been going 5 or 6 months. I've been going every other day for probably like 4 months, something like that. And I've started to notice the improvements, which is nice. And I also just feel better. I feel like more alive, so to say. Also younger, you know. So it's good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. And that's about it. I've also noticed, this is the last time I'm gonna say because I am yapping. When you have 2 phones and you're walking down the street, because I'm filming on an iPhone 12 Pro, which still looks new. And then I have my like actual phone here, and I was walking down the street like on my phone looking, like answering messages while I was filming something. People look at you crazy. People are like, who's this with 2 phones? I don't know, I thought it was funny. Anyhow. Yeah. Ugh. I don't hold her like this usually, okay? Don't help me. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast, I'm gonna start reading, and that's it. Okay, I like to take notes while I read, that's why I have this. But I'm reading this book right now. It's called, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have read it already. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's by Rick Rubin. It's really insightful. A lot of it could be seen as common knowledge, just because it talks a lot about things that are discussed maybe in everyday society, or ideas that you have in your thoughts as you work by yourself. However, I think that it's really helpful in the sense of remembering these things that you might pass over, especially if you've been working on art for a long time. I know a lot of it is really insightful for me. I'm only on page, where am I at? 110 right now. But I think so far, I like to read it like kind of in the morning and before I start working, as well as before bed, right before I go to sleep, because I like to think about these ideas while I'm sleeping and wake up kind of to them. I've started to try to not look at my phone in the morning right when I wake up, just because I feel like my mind is a lot more fresh when I don't do this. But this part, it says, beware of the assumption that the way you work is the best way, simply because it's the way you've done it before. This whole area of the book that I just read, this chapter is called The Opposite is True, but before that, it was rules and intention and everything within your work. Working on art especially, there's a lot of frustration that happens. And the thing to remember through this frustration, especially what Rick Rubin says in this chapter, this part is really interesting. He talks about sculpture and how when you're a sculptor, the first thing you might think about is the material you're working in, and how it's going to exist in the real world. And then he says, what if you weren't going to use a material and you were going to do something digitally in a different world? It might be your best work, or it might not be a good work at all, but at least you tried it. And through that, you're going to gain something from this and maybe get even a new idea. And I found that I've done this a lot in my own work, especially because I used to draw these shapes. I'll put some of them like up now, maybe. And at the start, this is all I would draw was these shapes, and I figured out how to draw them with this transparent element that I thought was super interesting. And all of them were based off of architecture, because I have a real love for architecture that I've kind of come to find within the past couple of years that I didn't even know that I had. And through these shapes, I figured out how to make compositions, including them and having them as the main element of the compositions, like the baby of fruit composition that I've done that I'll put here. That piece is out already and has been for, I think, a year now, which is crazy. But through these shapes, I found an entire world kind of in my mind that I never thought would exist when I was first creating them, you know? So I think this is really insightful in that sense. And he also says that there's no light without dark. They couldn't exist without each other. So you're gonna do a lot of things in your work that feel like a waste of time, or they didn't come out the way you wanted to, so it feels really frustrating because you're like, oh, I should have been doing something else during this time. But in reality, all of this is building you up for something in the future. And I truly do believe that. The next chapter is called Listening, which I think should be really insightful. Also patience after that. I like to put a little circle in the corner to kind of remember where I am, because I don't like messing up the pages with the dog ears and shit. But yeah, I think it's a good read. This is like the type of stuff I really like to read. I have a fiction book that I'm going to read after this it's a Pachinko book, which looks really interesting. I'll get that out later and maybe show you guys. But this one, so far, it's been really cool. I would recommend it. Maybe I'll talk more about it next time I read it, maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I'm about to get to work. So yeah. Also, it's not a beautiful day, it's gloomy as hell, but it looks, I don't know, sometimes when it's gloomy but still bright out, the city looks pretty beautiful. Let's start cooking now. Squid ink pasta time. I just finished drawing for the morning. I'm not going to show that because I'm working on basically some new projects that I can show, but I don't really want to show just because I want them to be a surprise. I think it would be cool if they were a surprise. Maybe I'll document it, but I want to kind of take it to a bunch of galleries after, and I live next to a bunch of galleries, so I'll do that and try to get a show out of it, just because it's a really cohesive series and I think it'll look really good. But let's start cooking. I gotta set this up. I'm listening to music right now too, so just because it makes it fun. I'll turn the music off when I'm doing more talking. But ingredients for squid ink mushroom pasta, right? We have the squid ink pasta. This one's really good. I'll do like a close-up after. But we got that. And I'm gonna talk that is. I'm back on what that is. We got the baby bella mushrooms. I have some left over. I don't know if they're bad or not. Basically, they're slimy and kind of a rough texture. They're not good. So I'll look at those. I believe I have some spinach still. Seems okay. Spinach. Do you want to make this true love tomato? Roma tomatoes would be really good for this, but I'm not gonna use them because I'm saving them for bolognese. I'm behind you. Good. So we're just gonna use what is this? It's like a regular tomato. Yeah, regular. Damn, these about to have tariffs from Canada. About to be taxing me. Ridiculous. Okay. Let me put this away for a second. Isn't that insane? Like, it's with fucking tomato. You gotta pay extra now because it comes from somewhere else. Like, why can't we just get it along? Okay. We have baby bella mushrooms, right? Whole mushrooms. I think they're easier to wash. I have these ones too, same ones, but I gotta see if they're good. Tomato, regular tomato. We got some baby spinach, and then we have this squid ink pasta. Let me undo the tape and show you guys. This is a squid ink pasta. It's from Whole Foods. You can probably get it at like any Whole Foods, I assume. It's really nice. I love like, I forgot what it's called, like, I don't know. The pasta that looks like this is the best. Like, this pasta is delicious because it's chewy, but it's not too chewy. It's nice. Okay. Get all the dirt off. These mushrooms have a lot of dirt on them. I was watching this clip on TikTok, and I've been thinking about this a lot recently, and I kind of said it earlier when I was like, I have anxiety, or not, I don't have anxiety, but I feel kind of weird about being outside and filming like in front of people, even if it's just myself talking. And I think it's really interesting to kind of challenge this, but also think about it. By the way, you need garlic for this, so get some cloves of garlic. This is just how much you like. I like garlic, so I'm gonna use a lot. But I think our perception of ourself is really interesting and what it limits us to do. Like, for example, I kind of want to film this different. I think it's really interesting how we want ourselves to be viewed and like our perception of ourselves to other people and what it limits us to do. Like, I was a little reluctant to make these types of videos and post them just due to the fact that it's like, quote unquote, let me get down, like quote unquote uncool, or like, I think it's funny because I used to make YouTube videos in middle school, which was like 2000, I was like what, 13, 14 at the time, so it was 2014, 2015 type deal when I would make these videos, and I never thought of them as being uncool. Like, I didn't really care. But as I got older, I would kind of worry about what my peers and what people would think, especially if they found my video. And I realized this to be more, this becoming more of a thing the more other people talked about it, which was funny. And I was like, at the time I really, really enjoyed making YouTube videos, but I stopped due to like a fear of people finding my YouTube channel. Because at the time I would just play video games. Like, I started, this isn't like, I've had a bunch of YouTube channels in my life, but the main one that I would do was during the like when Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out, and that game wasn't good looking back on it, but at the time I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, I didn't care what anyone thought at that time, but then, why am I doing that? Then like later, I started to think about it, and then I started playing Counter-Strike, and I got a computer, I got a PC to make videos of video games and stuff, and I got an Elgato, and I was really into it. But then I just stopped because I was like, I stopped because of other people, yeah. Which I think is so silly looking back on it. And I'm doing this again in a different way. I'm doing it more in like my current life, which is art. And I mean, I'm not the best cook, but it honestly is. At this point, it's art, cooking, seeing my friends, living in the city. I've always lived in the city. I grew up here, but I don't know, just life as, I'm 26, so I kind of see this like life as a 26-year-old living in New York City trying to figure out their path. You know, it's difficult, it's really expensive, and you do realize that you are really alone. Like, one thing that I didn't think in the past that I realize now more than ever is that you have to do it by yourself. Like, yes, your friends and your family and everyone can help you, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's you. And I'm talking about for career and, you know, everything like that. Like in high school and college and stuff, you can kind of do things for other people. Like you can, you know, like I went to college and got a degree. I got a bachelor's of science degree, and I did that for my parents. I didn't do that for me. But at the time, I was like, this is such an easy safety net to have. And I also had like my parents as a safety net and all this other stuff, and I didn't think about what I wanted to do as much. Like I was skateboarding, I was playing video games, I was hanging out with friends. And then after COVID, like COVID happened, and that was a huge pause in life, right? Like I was like, okay, it's COVID, I have an excuse on why I can't do anything. You know, I can't get a job, it's COVID, I can't do blah, blah. And then COVID ended, and I was really into tattooing at this time, and I was kind of working in that. But then I found a path that I really enjoyed. Sorry, this is loud. I just realized I did way too much garlic. It's fine, I like garlic. But I found a path I really enjoyed through tattooing. And it was something I wanted to pursue, but then I found my own art, and I was like, this is more important because it speaks to who I am. And the tattooing in my mind at the time, I was really interested in it, but it wasn't me. Like, it is me, but it's not a direct product of me, you know? I was doing, like, drawings based on tattoos that I really liked. So it still was me, but it wasn't, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope any of this is making sense. Anyway, now I'm in this weird place, right? Where I'm working on my art, and I have a show, and I have this new series I'm working on, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it's like fulfilling, you know? Like it always feels fulfilling, but it feels impossible sometimes, you know? Like I'm 26 and I'm working, and I'm distracted while I'm working because I'm worried about the outcome in the future, which is so stupid. Like, a lot of the times I wish that I could just focus on the moment more, but there's so many other points of view out there, and so many people who would tell you, you're doing it wrong, you should be doing this, oh, you're doing it right, but this is cool, but then you feel like you're doing it wrong, but then you want to do this, but then you're scared to do this because of what people will think. And it's like, it's at the end of the day, it's bullshit. But what I've been talking about for a little bit now is just that you should do, and I've noticed this in so many people too that I've talked to, like even the people who work at the coffee shop I go to, everyone has like, and it's not everyone, but a lot of people are super self-conscious and shy, and they're worried about, like, they're not worried about being cool, but there's a lot of like uncool things that are out there, like being a TikToker is quote unquote uncool. I mean, I think it can be cool. I think everything can be cool depending how you do it. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Basically, that's why I'm kind of taking this as a lesson to do everything that comes to my mind. Like, I woke up one morning. Well, I didn't wake up one morning. Let me rephrase myself before I lie. Can I do this a little different? Like, I woke up one day, and I was talking with my best friend, Jeremy, and I was like, we were talking about these videos and how I've done videos in the past and how it's something I've always been interested in, but I've been reluctant to do it based on other people's perceptions. So now I'm trying to change it to a mindset where if I wake up like today, and I want to film something, I have no idea what I'm filming, right? This is like, I didn't plan any of this out. This is just what I'm doing today. And I don't think there needs to be this whole set plan. I think it's cool when you have a specific idea for a video. Like, setting up my show would have been a really good video. And I have some clips like that on my Instagram. But I don't think everything needs to be a whole show. I think that this is really intimate and personal. And I think things like that are also really important because it starts discussions. So if I want to wake up and film one day, I'm just going to film. I thought that right now I would just make this pasta and not talk at all. And I'm yapping. Right, Mia? I'm yapping. So, yeah. I'm going to make this pasta. You're going to get hair all over me, so I got a lint roll. And that's it. I'm going to show you guys like how to make the pasta at a better angle. Say hello. I love you. Okay, first things first, we're going to add mushrooms. This pan is a little bit hot, but you want to preheat the pan. And you don't need to add any oils because mushrooms have their own juices that kind of come out as they cook. So we're going to cook the mushrooms, and we're not going to add any olive oil or anything yet. I'm going to add some later. But right now I'm going to let this do its thing. One of the important things to note here is that mushrooms don't burn. Like, you can obviously overcook them to a point where you don't like the taste of them anymore, but mushrooms aren't going to burn. So you want to get the mushrooms to a point that look good before you start putting anything else in. Like, I'm not putting the garlic in yet because garlic will burn, and then I'll have undercooked mushrooms with burnt garlic. So always do the mushrooms first. Look at this rascal, dude. Let go. Yeah. Yeah. Stop. They sound like basketball shoes. Alright, now I'm adding the spinach. I'm just doing a handful of spinach. And I'm going to add some olive oil on top of that for like a little bit. Just to kind of let it all soak. I'm going to turn the flame down to 4. It was on 7 before. And the spinach is going to cook really small. So if you think you put too much, you probably didn't. I'm also going to add some Italian seasoning, which is just basically like oregano and some basil and stuff. If I'm out right now, but I would just put just regular oregano. I think the Italian seasoning can kind of be too much sometimes. Then we add a little bit of salt, pepper. I'm going to put the tomatoes in now. I do think that it's better to have the pasta water boiling before you cook the mushrooms so that they're not just sitting. And I'm just gonna put it on a super low heat and kind of just let it simmer. I'm gonna leave a little bit out for steam. So this is the squid ink pasta, measured it up. You know, not too much, it's a lunch dish. Alright, that was a minute. Now we leave it. Not for the whole time, we do light stirs. Wash everything up before I properly eat, but we gotta do the taste test for this. Mushroom, tomato, garlic, spinach, seasoning, light, with squid ink pasta. It's usually delicious. I've made this a few times before. You know, you gotta get a mouthful of everything. Aha! Nah. This shit right here, I'm just saying, that would, what, 20-ish minutes? Could have been faster if I boiled the pasta, like quicker. This is good. Healthy, organic ingredients. Y'all gonna make it. Y'all gonna make this. This is fire. This is fire. Alright, so I just finished doing some more drawing. I wanted to do some tattoo stencil stuff for tomorrow, maybe practice a little bit, but I'm actually gonna go to the roof to meet a friend who lives in my building just because it's such a nice day out. So I just made some ginger lemon with manuka honey tea that I'm gonna bring up, like iced tea. So yeah, it should be chill. We're just gonna hang out, talk, maybe play a game of chess because it's such a nice day. So I'm gonna do that.